full on burgers and stuff, so I'm like, my body might not want to combine Burger King with whiskey right away. There we go. Evils of Enferacuse. And we haven't like leveled up since I was last on or anything. We had just recently leveled up anyway, but what level? Okay, everybody's level 4. Okay, so then it's literally right where I was at.
Everyone becomes a better player after the water temple.
Jesus Christ! Wow.
That's true.
Like, I know the reference well. I never actually played that far into that Legend of Zelda game. But I get that.
We need that Legend of Zelda game. I feel like every Zelda game, the water temple, everybody's just like,
well, no, because come on, the original Zelda game and Zelda 2, Link to the Past, didn't have a water temple. Not in the same, not in the same, you know.
Every Zelda after Zelda Oracle of Seasons. Because Oracle of Seasons had it, but not Oracle of Time. No, not
Ocarina of Time had.
Yeah, I was like, Oracle of Seasons?
Yeah, that's the Game Boy versions. There's Seasons and Time.
Yep.
They were both released at the same time, kind of like Pokemon.
Isn't there a third one?
They made one after that. Kind of like how they did with Emerald, but I don't remember what it was.
Right. Yeah.
I just saw the phone announce that we're going live.
There was a lot on the handhelds. Like, they made a ton of Zeldas.
Yeah.
Minish Cap is my favorite.
Oh, yeah!
Oh my goodness, why?
The Minish Cap! Oh, I love that one.
What do you call it? Majora's Mask stand. It's so dark.
I'm just sitting over here thinking, the days for A Link to the Past, where have they gone? That was like the last, like I did play, what was it? The first Nintendo 64 one was Majora's Mask, or was that Ocarina of Time was the first one? That was the last one that like I tried to play until Twilight Princess. So I was like out of the loop for a hot minute.
Played every single one. I'm slightly obsessed with Zelda.
What's the one with Wind Waker?
Wind Waker.
Yeah,
That one's my favorite, actually. Wind Waker.
It used to be my favorite.
I couldn't.
Until I played Minish Cap and I was like, ah.
I couldn't
That's fair.
with
That's
the art design with that one. That was like my big hang up. Was the art design.
Wind Waker was just like a nostalgic thing for me now.
Now in terms of like handheld ones,
Toon Link is my
you're
favorite.
like fucking Avatar for 100 years and you came back as
That's a good
everyone you came at. Rita, Power Rangers. After 10,000 years.
Okay. Picking out those.
Like, I know a lot of people get hung up on art, like the graphic style of the Wind Waker and Minish Cap, but I mean, I feel like because they're more cartoony, like, it's more, kind of a certain feel to it that a lot of the other Zelda games don't necessarily.
It's not as dark.
Yeah. I mean, arguably, though, with the Wind Waker, it's kind of been like, oh, well, that's not a good situation. Oh, that just got worse. Right?
Honestly, like, after being a One Piece fan for my entire life, I don't really listen to when people's like, oh, I know the art style with it. It's like, alright.
And that's the exact reason I've never watched One Piece. Is the art style just I couldn't believe
Which
it.
one? They have like onesie art styles.
Just the general, like, overall arcing art style was never an appeal to me.
But it
But
changed every season. That's why I'm saying.
it all looked the same to me from everything that I saw. So maybe I'm just not looking closely enough.
No, that's aesthetic, not art style. I wish I could do the art like that. I just pay a lot of attention to animation communities because I'm trying to break in there. So I've learned a lot about different things about animation and art styles and how people usually mix up between the two. Oh yeah. I keep forgetting how to do that.
I'm pretty sure since you're the host, you can override it and fix it because Sora has done that for us in the daytime one that we do on Saturdays. Because I forgot to do it the last 2 times. Because I don't know how I do it on my phone before I enter or after I enter a call. Before I enter a call, it's easy.
When do you expect your computer back?
They're telling me that it was going to be this week. I need to reach out and call them to find out. Thank you. Considering the reason that it's happened, which I won't go into detail, only because personal, and I know some of it would be very heavy for people before a D&D session. Yeah. Concleod and Gray both know because they're more involved in the behind-the-scenes stuff on the server.
Okay, so
I appreciate that.
Nope. Nope, not doing that right now.
Sounds like a plan.
And back on over. Oh, we're going to change that out because, hi, everybody. Don't mind the thing behind the curtain there on the, being able to see the list. But welcome to Evils of Enferacuse. And I am your evil DM, Concleod. We welcome you in to a fun evening as we will start with a bit of a recap. That last time on Enferacuse, our group had battled a creature of the deep that had taken over a mind of a small child, and being successful, moved over a little bit to kind of determining what actually had happened. In the meantime, we learned that Reef, who had been off on their own, basically was arrested and thrown in the tower for an evening and had kind of seen some of the scenes taking place from afar. But also, other than meeting a weird drunk and seeing the Eloise in question moving around and seeing a bit of a contest outside, really not much else going on. We come back to our group who had really come together to kind of talk about what was happening with Eloise and retracing some of the steps. There were some conversations where everybody kind of split around and went to different places, where Zari had went to Fizzbangs and experienced the wonder of that shop. We had the Bishop conversation where Grimm had spoken about some things going on, and some conversations with Hunda and how things were unhelpful along the way for her. You also noted that Don John had redone all your posters in this new fashion. There seemed to be a bit of a notation there. And everybody, we joined back the evening where everybody had just been resting and gotten a good night's sleep after what the day before had been a bit of a ruckus. So we will open up in Enferacuse the morning of. And to just give us some weather, we have pretty fair weather. It's probably just even keel today. Not too hot, not too cold, and you'll see partly cloudy skies coming over across the mountain. Now, we will start with Ferrari, who had left a note saying that they needed to rest themselves after the strange mental break they kind of had while fighting that creature, that they felt like they needed to rest a bit. So Ferrari, we'll say that actually you've probably been up for let's say before dawn. You were still just up and your head had been pounding a bit. And you kind of waited it out as the day has come upon you.
Okay.
What are you thinking about after your encounter a bit with your patron?
Encounter with the patron was what was it? They had mentioned that whatever the thing that we encountered was causing some of the interference.
Yeah, so they said something was coming and that there was something very strange connected to all of that. And
Okay.
also, you had made that mental connection to that creature at one point and just kind of saw that strange image that I don't know if hopefully maybe you've written down.
I did not, unfortunately.
It's okay.
Uh,
You saw a lot of basically the fields and walls of Enferacuse, then several lights going on and then out.
okay. Player wouldn't have written it down, but Ferrari would have definitely taken note of it and put it somewhere like in like a private journal that he's been keeping. He's probably going over that, sitting at like whatever little modest desk that his room has, looking over that, and then kind of thinking back to what happened, and then goes to the window to look outside and look at the city, and just like trying to process what the lights going out means in reference to the contact that he had with this entity. And was it a warning? Was it a plan that he got an insight on? Or was it like intent of some kind, or just a random thought that it crossed his mind with the contact? He's having a hard time parsing it.
You would have taken that your patron seemed strained when they had reached out to you in this affair. That something must be out of sorts in that moment. That they had made that quick contact and abruptly left. Also, since you decided to look outside, you see Albert play wrestling with a boar. You recognize the boar as your new animal friend who is now in the fence inside. They are play wrestling out on the lawn.
Pretty sure
I kind of Hamlet. What? Just throw that out in the ether.
That's okay.
I looked.
You will remember because you didn't leave your room the day before, and you're happy to see it because there was this really strange smell of bacon all day yesterday.
Oh Jesus. Um. So I look down at that little play fight. I kind of like the crease, like where the beak meets the face, kind of curls up like a smile, and I kind of just nod. At least there's something normal going on right now, even though I'm like obsessing over a vision that I had. There's something that's not like panic inducing that I can look at for even just a second. Take that in.
I
Hmm?
appreciate that you look at that as normal. The owl bear wrestling the boar in the lawn.
Normal for us, normal for our group. Um, I take that and I go back, grab my journal, kind of tuck it away, and grab my things and head to the door to go see if anybody else is up yet.
You make your way out. It doesn't seem like anybody has risen yet. And as you move down the stairs, you can still hear a bit of the ruckus out in the front. Nothing tremendous. The only person who is down at the bar at this point, because it does seem rather empty this morning, the only person down there is the orc who is wiping a glass or two at the bar.
The orc has he spoken or has he mostly just like gestured to us whenever we've encountered him?
I'll give you that. He hasn't said a word as far as you know.
Okay, so I don't even know if this gentleman has a name that we've been given or that the others have been given. I sidle up to the bar and just sit there and just when I see when I get his attention, I'm just like, just a coffee for now, please. I'm just gonna wait for my friends to wake up before I start digging into any breakfast.
He nods. He pulls a coffee mug from down behind the bar and pours in what seems to be. We're gonna go with. It looks like regular coffee. Nothing special. Nothing major. Just coffee.
That was a little concerning with the pause, but I'll take it graciously because coffee is coffee for the morning people.
You will note that the coffee today is better than what you had at the Forgotten Flame at the college.
Okay, then that's definitely a move in the right direction. I'll just sit there and kind of let my thoughts wander as I wait for the others to pour in or pour down the steps.
Good. The next one who will have we waking up is Grim. Grim, you'll see the sunlight through the window and just kind of know it's the start of the day. You had fed yourself topped off the previous evening, so you're feeling rather well. You do remember, though, that you did have a conversation with the bishop that that today had committed to doing a little bit of good work with the church in mind, and that there'd be more information again downstairs. So, would you like to do anything before you get out and about?
Oh God, I feel more dead than usual. I'll just make my way downstairs.
You see Ferrari, which you did not see yesterday, seemingly nursing a cup of coffee, and no worse for wear from getting knocked out of the air that like they had the day before.
Hmm. Hmm. Good morning, everybody. Hmm.
The orc looks
Just
up and just kind of and keeps wiping.
Do you
I
have
look.
anything rare today? I'm looking for almost screaming. Hmm.
The orc thinks for a moment and just pauses and goes back to the kitchen. Um,
Hmm.
you hear just some rumbling back there, and slowly it seems like he's like looking through a bag back there. Ferrari, you have vantage points, so you can kind of see back there for that.
Okay.
He turns around and comes out, and you'll see that he has a slab of what appears to be a pink fish.
Hmm. Peace will do.
He hands you the pink fish.
We just I can just take out a knife and just start descaling it.
Go right ahead. At this point, two things are going to happen. Reef, you're going to sense your companion moving a little bit and pawing at the ground with some sense that they think, oh, there must be something going on because they can smell something. Zari, you also can see the light coming through and also could have heard a loud bang with your room being above the kitchen as they must have been looking for something.
I think I'm gonna like shake myself awake after hearing that. And I guess I will do my usual routine, gear up, and head on down. Groggily.
Okay. Reef, what are you going to do?
I'm going to check on my wonderful companion and say, we going? Staying?
Pawing to go to the door now. Must be time
We
to
go.
go out and about.
And we go.
Perfect. Both of you, as you leave and go into the hallway, give me a perception check.
Perception. A 9.
Okay. Sorry.
16.
Okay. Reef, as you make your way towards the stairs, you do see Zari is waking up, but you basically just kind of brush past the walls. It seems like following your companion down the stairs. Zari, you note that now across from your door is a piece of paper with a drawing that's made by a child with a cat.
That's adorable.
It does say missing.
Still.
Well, it seems new.
Where it's on my door or in the hallway? You said
it's in the hallway across from where your door would be, and where also Reef's would be, basically along that wall.
I guess I'll go and I'll take it and it's by the kiddo, right?
Yes.
And I see Reef. Or Reef. I do see.
Yes,
Yes.
you would see them
Okay.
heading down the stairs too.
Is Hunter's room close by?
They would be if you went past the stairs further down the hallway.
Okay. Might as well ask about it, just in case.
Okay.
So I guess I'll go to Hunter's room. And I will, as I see Griff on the way, I'll say, morning.
I nod shyly and then keep going.
Perfect.
Okay.
You go to the door and there really you don't hear anything other than very light and very low, very light and very simple singing.
Okay. I'll knock.
You hear up to the door, and the door opens, and you can see down below the halfling child has opened the door. Kelly is there. Kelly's just looking up at you.
Hi there. Morning.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. Just saw your poster.
Yeah, he hasn't come back.
Oh, well, he comes and goes, you know.
Well, I don't want him to go.
Oh, of course we don't want him to go. But then they always come back.
Well, if you find him again, just tell him not to go. Yeah, I thought you and him made a really good connection.
We did, you're right. He last time he said he would be back, so but I'll keep an eye out for him if I see him.
yeah, I forgot. He talked to you too. I remember now.
Yeah. Did he say where he was going when he left, or did he just kind of wander off?
He said something about needing to replace something. I don't really know what that means.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe. Hmm. I guess I'll look into it and see if I find him. But we'll make sure he'll come back.
Okay, well, you have his likeness now, so you know what he looks like. That's great.
You, that's true. Just in case I forget.
It's too early. What are you doing, Kelly? Nothing, Mom. Goodbye.
Bye.
And with that, Kelly shuts the door. And you now are the owner of a piece of parchment with the figure of a cat on it. Um,
I will fold it neatly and put it into my bag. And just on the off chance we find the wayward cat again, or he gets mixed up into things he shouldn't be.
Reef, when you get down the stairs, and for some reason, wherever I wrote your companion's name has disappeared again, could you please assist me?
Ash.
Ash. It's going to be on like really big letters now on the top of my notes. Okay, so when Ash gets down the stairs, Ash just kind of moves towards the open door to, it looks like, just to go outside quickly. You're familiar, just probably the call of the morning. Though you do see, kind of just peeking through the door, that Albert is tussling around with Hamlet and having a good time out there. Um, and so you do see at the bar, Grim has basically removed so much off of this fish and is then now cutting into the meat. So you see this just debone process there and descaling process.
I kind of blanch a little bit. And then coffee.
There's no de the only deboning is when you see Grim go in for a bite. You see him chew and then take the thinnest
You now
one
have
by one.
you now have more of a visual as your companion Ash has come back inside to and is very happy to have gotten out and this comes back to greet you. We're going to play that anytime this happens. Something like that will occur in this fun little world.
With the limited amount of people that are here already and this is happening, I see you do like the little "Oh," and I just go, hurry up. I think I have a job for us today. Wow, I went fucking real brainy what is it, the uh Pinky in the Brain there for a second. What real, oh no, it's going to be a very bad day today.
It did go in that direction, but it's fine. It still tracks a little bit. You said you were more dead than normal anyway. With that, Doric, the light of the day has caught the edge of your bed, and nothing out of the ordinary today. No unique smells or things. Just some kind of light poking through your window.
Oh, I liked being woken up to the smell of Wassail. Okay. Uh, guess I'll just clean up and then go downstairs and say, "Big man, hit me."
The orc kind of looks at his hand for a minute and just like back and forth a little bit.
I'll give you a gold to do it. He asked. He literally asked.
But this is like my 10th time asking. It usually means hit me with food.
Well, no, today we're very specific today because he's just wiping glass.
Ah,
Oh,
with food, big guy. Food.
oh, oh.
Hit me with a plate.
He does. He goes back into the kitchen real quick. Comes back with the plate. You do get a. He holds up a fish. And kind of dangles it over the edge of the stove, kind of looking at you.
Yeah.
Okay. He with that as a yes, he does move to put it into a pan and actually cook it.
Grim just looks at you. Really good.
Ah, I like things.
Zari, you've come
As it
down
just
the
take
stairs.
another full bite into it.
You've come down the stairs to see Grim like putting his face into a fish, and so that is, and also the others drinking coffee, basically watching.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
this. Sorry.
uh I'm gonna pause like on the step I am when I see
Hard
Grim
pause.
doing that to the fish. I'm gonna like stare at him. I'm gonna like cock my head to the side, and then
It takes the edge off. Mm.
So
the edge of the. Never mind.
based on everyone's reactions today, I will ask Reef, Ferrari, and Zari to do a Constitution saving throw real quick.
Okay. I wasn't even sickened by it, but cool.
19.
19, okay.
Huzzah. The fox suit wins.
8.
Mhm.
I'm
By
more
the end
just
of the fish, I
confused
wanted that
though.
cartoon style where I got the tail in it and I'm talking, and it's just like I suck up the tail like a spaghetti. Have you guys ever seen that? It's like just.
Yeah.
I I got an 18 total.
Okay. Zari, you find yourself oddly not as hungry as you thought you were coming down the stairs this morning. The other two of you do still feel a level of hunger. If you would like to eat, you can. Zari, if you would like to go and attempt, it will come with some consequence or thoughts. Okay.
I should probably still eat, or at least see what is for breakfast.
I look at you seeing you're greener around the gills than usual. I'm like, you should try for some lighter fare just to start. I'm but I'm gonna go with like a stack of pancakes.
The orc who hears your request hits the cast iron that he's cooking the fish in, shakes his head a bit at you a bit.
There's no non-meat options on the menu right now.
He puts his hand into the sack next to him and tosses you a biscuit.
Oh,
I'll have to do for now. I just was trying for something a little sweet more than savory.
He he does point to a piece of parchment that is lying on the bar.
Oh, I snatch up the parchment.
You find a note from Tobias that says, "Supply day, be back later. Don't break anything."
Oh,
Again, the last line is, "Don't break anything."
so so he has biscuits.
Just like specifically today.
It does say today.
Do they have any fruit?
The orc kind of peers around him a little bit. Ooh, okay. He's going to just kind of open up a drawer and kind of out spills a couple of apples, which he very dexterously grabs and tosses you. It looks a little weird because it looked very much like they were about to land on the ground, and he hacky sacked it into your hands.
Oh, all right. I guess I'll catch. How many does he throw me?
Three.
1, 3. Oh, I'll try to catch all of them.
I'm gonna, as you go to catch them, I'll like tear off a piece of biscuit and offer it to you and be like in trade for some of that because fruit and a biscuit is better than just biscuit.
Oh yeah, I'll take that trade.
Okay, sweet.
So like, I guess with my tail trying to get the biscuits since I'm trying to catch the apples.
Oh, I wait for you to
you're gonna
get
wait.
everything. I'm not that crazy.
All right.
I won't make you roll with the idea that you're going to wait, but if you had not, we would have had a very interesting time.
Just a Three Stooges moment. Everybody else just watches the chaos.
Yeah.
Doric, at this point, you get handed a cooked pink fish. Everything is ready to go. It smells like it's been seasoned with herbs this morning as well.
I take the food and I like stare at him for about 15 to 20 seconds. Good talk.
He
Both
nods,
nod.
and he nods and goes back to wiping a glass.
I sit down. He's a very deep guy and start eating.
Now, what Reef? Are you gonna grab anything as well before we kind of go on to the next thing here?
Yeah, I'll just eat whatever is passed my way.
So if you pass an apple over, you'll receive an apple. When later on, we will come back to some of the thoughts of things that just happened. But at this point, Grim, you realize that there's some paperwork that you're reminded to pick off the wall, which for everybody's sake, I will make sure everybody sees that this is currently the tavern wall, which we introduced last time for the group. This is in Discord. Ferrari, you wouldn't have seen this yet, but there is this interactive picture of what the notice board wall looks like now in the Rock Bottom Inn.
Nice.
And Grim, you note that there is that gray piece of paper that the initiate had put up on there. Do you want to go?
Dun dun.
Yep.
Okay. You pick up this specific piece of paper, and you'll note I've dropped it for everybody in our view today of what that looks like, and I will drop it into our chat right now so everybody else can see it as well. So you can go and read it. But basically, it says that the Church of Silent Stone is looking for some support. As I drop that into our chat. All right. And it is in there. Well, it's going to be in there in a second. It's loading. Hooray. Basically, it says that the service to the Church of Silent Stone, our church needs proper cleaning from skilled and agile parishioners. Please assist us and quiet blessings. So, as you can see, it's Grim, you kind of have noted that it's on church stationery. It must have been put together by the bishop. It has their seal at the top as well.
Or just kind of hold it up and look at the group and just go. So it looks like we just need to do a little bit of cleaning. It's an easy job.
That does sound good. It does say agile parishioners. I'm agile, not a parishioner.
Well, it's proper cleaning from the skilled and agile it's from we're cleaning up after people. Yes.
Sure. Well, I'm up for anything.
I'm assuming is what it says. It's not looking for skilled and agile. It's we're cleaning up after the skilled and agile people that come in.
You wanna give me a investigation on that real quick for my answer.
Okay, wait, what am I rolling?
Interesting.
Go with investigation.
I thought it was just more like a wish list as opposed to like an actual thing.
Okay. Jeez. These are 1,000 updates just for me to look at my character sheet. You said insight?
Yes. Investigation, actually.
Investigation.
There'll be a reason in that one.
Yeah, 21.
Perfect. You remember that because you were in the church and there was this like weird banging on the other side in the first initiate entry that you have not been in yet, and that was kind of what the bishop was referring to as some cleanup job in that space.
Yeah. It's just a little hairier. It shouldn't take too long.
Okay.
I hear
Sure.
2 for yes, 3 for yes.
Cleaning.
What? Hey, everybody's got to do a
Also,
little.
split the party again. We could do that as well. Double up on jobs.
We always got to do a little dirty work here and there, and that's not a bad thing. what's the contract payout, or are we doing this on the good of our hearts for your church congregation,
Oh,
what have
well,
you?
getting in with the churches also can help with supplies of sorts when we can. I do know that um, I can possibly talk to the bishop about something. We would have to go. I haven't got in too many details.
Hmm.
All I know is it's a room that I have yet to been in, and I've been here for years. This
Oh,
is
so
going to be fun.
this is exciting for you because you get to check out a room that you haven't been able to see before.
I love dusty books.
I respect that because there is knowledge in those books that has not been written or read by me yet.
Oh, I just love the old smell of moldy paper. And it's just something about the old eras that just brings back the good old grandpapa.
The orc tilts his head very strangely at this conversation.
You guys have never had a grandparent that has that like World War II must that
Oh,
stuck
yeah?
with
Oh.
them their entire life? That is the smell, is what I'm describing.
That is
No,
perfectly
yeah.
fine. The
Sure,
orc
and
is still perplexed.
I kind of like not appreciatively. I'm just like I'm more just into reading the books than smelling the old moldiness. But I get where you're coming from. Sort of. I respect that. I respect
Excellent.
that.
Yeah.
As you've all finished your breakfast of choice at this point, you are free to head off as you seem to have agreed to take on this job. All right?
We're off to see the bishop to clean up a really dirty job.
And with that, you make your way out. Your companion Ash comes with you, Reef. But it seems like you both pass just some happy-go-lucky frolicking from both Albert and Hamlet as they are just hanging out in the front entry yard for the Rock Bottom Inn. It seems like for being a kind of partly cloudy day, folks are. It's rather light today, out and about. And in Enferacuse doesn't seem like a lot of fast transit or anything. You do see some folks as you're walking towards the drain. That there are some people who are kind of looking like they're in groups moving some things around in preparation, but mostly folks are doing like construction or moving materials. It seems like that there's something like some preparation stuff going on out and about as you see them moving materials along the way. And you make your way towards the Church of Silent Stone. For many of you, this is the first time you have seen the church. You haven't really paid a lot of attention to it up until this point because, as somebody who's not maybe going there on a regular basis, it just kind of blends in to the background. The gray cathedrals and really rectangular, long church itself seems almost like an illusion with it looks a lot larger really than you think would really fit in with the city or something you should have noticed kind of at some point. But as you make your way around the fence and towards the doors, you can see that actually part of that is because they have an outdoor statuary and cemetery space that is out and around the grounds. Grim, you're very familiar with this space. It's where you had seen the initiate Pebble previously. And you kind of walk by it as you're entering towards the church. Ferrari, give me a perception check.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Spicy. I like it. Uh. Oh, that's a low roll on the die. What is my perception stat? That's an 8. That is bonkers garbage.
Not bad though. This is still gonna hit what it needs to hit. Your head just pokes just above the fence line, and you're kind of going next to Grim in front of the group. As you just look left, you realize you see the top of a smaller head, kind of bent over on the other side of the fence, with a old lady's hairline that you recognize.
Oh, snap.
If you peer over a little bit more, you see that down with a trowel is Granny Moonbeam, kind of pushing around some dirt and moving, and looks like doing some things with some of the plants there in that outdoor cemetery space.
I swear, she's either like the nicest secret hag, or she's just like a deity in disguise.
Secret hag.
Secret?
At this point,
They.
Dorek is charging through the Grand.
You do, yes. Again, you will have noted that all the rest of you's perception would have made it with your heights normally, but Ferrari, you needed to double check.
That's fair. That I get why it was me. I can't be mad about that.
Doric, because you're rushing, you are Granny sees you first. Hello there.
Gran.
You see
Hello.
her just lean up on the trowel off her knees and just kind of stand up, brush herself off a little bit. Oh, good. Are you here to do some things as well?
Dorek, who was once completely mentally separated from this task, is now 100% on board. Yeah, sure. What do you need? What do you want cleaned? What do you need moved?
Oh, no, I'm great today. I'm tending to some of the supply that... And she kind of leans in a little bit like something secretive. There's some things that grow here because, did you know they put dead people in the ground here? There's just some things that just only grow here, and I don't try to disturb very much of it, but it is very helpful sometimes. And I try to make sure I plant more so that it just keeps on growing for everyone.
I knew churches secretly put people in the ground. They're way too nice.
Grim, you recognize that comment for just exactly the way you're looking at it.
I've never. He just doesn't say anything, spins around, and just goes to the door and begins to knock.
Knocking the engaged Dorek's conspiracy
I'm
theories.
looking between the two of them, like at this. I'm just like, oh god. There's not enough.
Like, do you not experience death? Have you never seen? How do you? I have more questions now.
I would be planting things on gravestones. Is there gravestones nearby?
Yes, you see Granny Moonbeam is moving between. It's very artfully done. There's a lot of stone statuary. There's some headstones. There's family mausoleum kind of spaces. It's a small space because it's kind of within the courtyard of the church. But you can see that it's very well tended. And now that you kind of see what Gran was doing on the ground, you can probably see that Granny Moonbeam has something to do.
Is it beautiful, tight, kind of like Louisiana style?
Yes, exactly.
How you got like down in the French quarters, you got the graveyard down there. It's like literally like an aisle wide in between each like mausoleum type gravestone.
You'll see it has some of the style you're thinking of, but it also has more of a French garden architecture to the way it's laid out a little bit too. And so you can tell that it's not just looks like a dreary graveyard. It looks like it is a more vibrant space than what you would normally associate with that. And based on what you've seen with Granny doing, probably Granny has something to do with that. Also, you can harken back to Pebble and what they were doing as well before. So as you knock at the door, though, Granny's like, "Don't you all take care of the things you're meant to do? I'll see you later." And Granny kind of turns around and picks up a watering can and kind of moves a little bit deeper in. And at the door, you see the door creak open in front of you, Grim, as Pebble opens the door for you all.
Pebble.
Are you here today to assist us? Oh, please say so.
I open the door wider to show the rest of the group.
Oh, you brought.
Quite, yes, I brought friends.
Very good. It should go much better. And at that point, he rubs the spot on his head that you noticed the other day where he had gotten hit. She's like, "Oh, that should help a lot."
What is this? You're going to conduct a rash. Contract a rash.
Oh, yes, by all means, you're correct. All right, let me get you into the bishop. He'll get you all situated for everything. and he invites everyone inside the inner opening and entryway.
I begin to walk in and I stand by the door, and as everybody walks in, I force of habit. I'm standing by like there's like a table by the front entrance area that has all the pamphlets that would normally be like all the daily stuff, and I'm just like, and I get through everybody of handing out like a brochure for this like church sermon for the day. I'm just like, disregard all that. Old habits.
Is that a
Oh,
church joke? Old habits?
If it is, I don't follow.
Take one of the pamphlets, but I'm looking around wearily for the people that may be trying to bury us.
Oh God.
the only
Oh
people you
no.
see is first
You
of all
have
this.
not experienced Church of Death much, have you?
Why do you put your people in the ground?
What do you
Where do
do?
Kill
you
Eat
warrior
them?
death,
You
fire
big
by fire.
behemoth.
Not everybody,
Pebble looks aghast a bit.
Doric, not everybody dies a warrior's death. There are
So
simple
wait,
folk that live
when your
here.
people die, you just leave them there?
Higher and fire in celebration.
Some people have that.
We
But
don't plant
what
our
do you do
dead.
with the rest of it? It just goes everywhere. Wow, I did Maggie Smith there for a second.
Have a
What
good.
were you thinking of doing today? Blowing the ashes of your friends through the fires.
Well, I don't plant them in the ground hoping something grows.
From the earth to the earth.
Please note that for the quote section of the Discord, I do not plant them in the ground to hope something grows.
Oh, geez. A human tree? It, I put a hand on Doric's shoulder. I'm just like, buddy, we're gonna get you a couple books. I think it's time to get you a couple extra intelligent points in the old stat sheet.
Well,
Does that help
I
me
will.
swing harder?
I'm gonna leave you with the bishop. You all
Sure,
seem like you'll be
buddy,
just
sure.
fine. And with that, Pebble decides to go back out to the front of the door, and Pebble makes his way out. But Grim, you do note that Bishop Pewter is making his way over towards you, striding out of the office.
I see him coming and I just like, oh shit, stop fucking around and straighten out my attire. Just, good morning, Bishop.
Oh
I
yes.
brought accompanied friends as requested.
Oh, many quiet blessings to you. Thank you. We appreciate you getting everyone here for this. It's such important work. Hold on a moment. And he makes his way behind the door of the office, and he brings out items all in a pewter bowl bucket. So it's a stone bucket, in fact. And inside this stone bucket that he hands off, you'll note there are just cloths, chamois, and feather dusters.
Yeah.
Here, that's all. That's all you will need. And um, uh, Initiate Grim. This is your first time into the cloister, right?
Oh yes, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Hold on. I think this will be important because I know he looks around at the assembled group and just kind of looks. Initiate Grim has brought you all here, so you must be trustworthy. Or else he would not have brought you here. So I would like to just quickly make you initiates of parishioners of the Church of Silent Stone for a moment. Just with our tradition, you're not meant to enter any of the further cloisters without some level of connection. Okay? Give me just a moment of your. Is that all right?
it's hollowed hands now, yes.
You see Grim reach out hands to all of you, and so you can decide to take them. The bishop does not. The bishop holds his hands up.
It's time to exercise these demons.
By everyone's stunned silence, I'm gonna say nobody takes your hands, Grim.
I just hold him up like the bishop.
A moment of silence to release all that is impure. With that, not only is there some quiet, nature of him asking for that, you all sense an unsettling, unnatural quiet settle upon the space.
Hmm.
Grim, you're familiar with this. You've experienced this before.
Oh, it's so soothing.
Everything goes fully silent.
Quite literally dead silent. I've experienced it once.
You all see Grim muttering, but don't hear anything.
The hair on the back of my neck is starting to stand up, like hackles. This is weird.
You can feel it stand up, but you can't hear it.
Oh.
Kind of reaching for my hammer.
Bum, bum, bum.
As you are doing that, which is a terrible idea, you start to hear a low hum that heightens into kind of the noise that Grim just made. And everything seems centered and balanced. And sound, as normal, resumes around you. Thank you all for joining in with us. You are all cleansed and should all go forward well together. All right, so just take these, and all I ask is that you clean. We're looking to just get all the dust and everything cleaned inside. I will let you all enter. I just have to shut the door real quick to make sure things stay as they are in there.
Behind us?
Yes. Grim, you have.
Bishop, why does it seem like you are worried to have the door open?
Well, when the door is opened, they get even worse.
Order. They?
Yes. Just you'll understand. We're asking you to do the cleanup, and they get all antsy about it. That's why we need everyone to be available and be able to catch up them.
Folks are ripping and shitting everywhere if there's animals in the back room.
I like how he didn't say what they was.
Yes, I want to know what they is.
Oh, you haven't figured it out?
I'm assuming it's some sort of demonic thing, but out of character.
It's a child.
They're gonna let in a child?
It's gonna let in a child!
Let in a child. Oh my. Well,
Austin in the 80s.
That's completely derailed my thoughts.
Sorry, I had to.
I know. So, yes, just all we get, you'll be fine. Just get everything cleaned up, dusted up, and we'll be just great. He opens the door for you all. Grim, he also hands you the keys, so you have them as well.
Everyone, let's go.
I'm getting a strange, unsettling feeling. So while we're getting ready to walk in, I just pull a little piece of leather out of my pocket, wrap it around my hand, and cast mage armor on myself. It lasts for 8 hours. So it's
you
just...
can do that, and you see, if all of you are looking into, you see a corridor ahead of you after the door. That's it. Making your way?
I
I
kind
take
of
a
want
feather duster and I play with Ash as I walk forward.
Perfect.
I'm gonna unsheath my short swords and just kind of have them ready, but I guess for taking feather dusters and supposedly cleaning, sure, why not? I'll just loosen up the scabbards a bit.
Short sword, feather duster.
Yeah, I got a short sword and I got a duster.
All I can imagine, because you're a tabaxi, right?
Yeah.
I can only imagine there's a moment while you're feather dusting where you're just like, Like you get distracted by the old feather duster while you're doing it.
Oh, well, no, of course not. I'm doing it. It's different if someone else is doing it, you know.
Oh.
The bishop does not notice you playing with your swords on the way in.
Oh, good.
I asked Ferrari why he
Yes.
cast a spell. What you doing?
Because it lasts for 8 hours and you never know what might happen.
Okay.
You know of them.
I know this city by now.
Getting some
I don't
weird
know.
feedback.
I don't know what's going to go on here, but that whole like quiet chanting thing and oh, they get upset and it's just all a little too vague for my liking. So a little extra like I tap where my leather chest piece is, but as I do it, you see like a little shimmer, just like a less than a hair above the layer of my armor. Just a little extra buffer for my squishy feathered self.
Okay.
Um, and just to make everyone a little bit at ease, considering that I'm assuming this area can contain a 20-foot radius.
You're walking through a 10-foot hallway.
Yeah,
basically,
okay. So I'm just gonna cast calm emotions and have the 20-foot radius of everybody here now be influenced under the calm emotions. Actually, everybody would do a charisma save.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah, feel free to make a charisma save unless you'd like to feel calm or not, or just take it.
DC 14.
No, I don't want to be calm. I want to be on edge and aware.
I rocked a 17. So
So
I
sorry,
feel the wave and I'm just like, yeah,
sorry,
What'd you roll?
you're
no.
feeling rather calm.
Damn it.
A 17 and what?
You gotta have a 14 DC. Is
And
that you gotta beat a
Charisma,
14.
you said.
Charisma.
Oh, okay,
14
cool.
Charisma.
15.
All right.
Nice.
So the two most paranoid of us are still paranoid.
They're not gonna bury me.
So, Reef, are you gonna take it or are you gonna do the charisma save? You're just gonna take it. Okay. You and Ash feel moderately calm as you play with the feather duster. So, the door closes behind you, and you all make your way down this corridor. It's not a rather long hallway, and you enter an antechamber and cloister that seems, as you enter into it, circular in nature. The simplest way to describe it is there are, around the entirety of the room, a tremendous amount of stone statues of all shapes, sizes, and variety.
Okay. How big is the room?
I
Mm-hmm.
fuck.
30
Yes.
by 40.
30 by 40.
I look at Doric and then I look over at Grim and I motion to the statues and I'm like, they get upset.
With the statues, sorry. With the statues, they're ringing around. Are they like all on the ground? Are they high up? Like, are they like around the edge of the top of the ceiling?
Great question. So, as you could somewhat see across the room, when I say all shapes and sizes, you see things that are ringing the room. You see stone statues that are in center of the room, some on pedestals, some on shelves, some on the ground, and some of them are like full statues, full bodies. Some are just busts. Some are very small statues. And you see what appears to be two large-looking gladiator statues in the center.
Uh-huh. That's wonderful. Large, like 5 by 5, 10 by 10.
3 foot taller than the tallest one of you.
Oh, about
so
10
like
by 10. I'm 6'2".
yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, okay. So that's wait, 10 it
They're
couldn't
10
be
foot
it couldn't,
tall is the good way to put that on that.
yeah. Okay. Great. Gladiators in the center. Okay.
You do note, and this is with everybody's regular perception, it's awful dusty in here.
Mm-hmm.
I start dusting.
I take one of the cloths.
You don't go, Ferrari. Don't do anything. So, Reef, since you did take the feather duster, it's very easy for me to let you go first with this idea. I'm assuming you're just basically going to go towards the one that is closest to you as you've entered the room.
Yep.
Okay. You reach out with your feather duster to go towards that statue, which is, we're gonna say, a 3/4 of foot size tall statue of a mouse. You go to brush it, and all of you hear, "Stop. Leave it alone."
I freeze.
I was going to cast Mage Hand and use a rag, but I stopped my motions for the spell immediately and look at Reef and then around.
You look around. You see the same things you did, unless you'd like to do something different.
Can I try and perceive where the sound came from, the voice?
I'm gonna tell you that you're gonna want to investigate, maybe. You can perceive it, but different. Okay, if you want to perceive it or investigate, different things are gonna happen. You tell me which.
Um, I'm gonna go with my feeling and try and perception them.
Go for it.
18.
It came from within the room.
Great. All right. We're close. I
Um,
pull out my hammer. You're not gonna plant me.
I see everybody pulling out their weapons. There is no destroying anything in here.
Which?
Okay.
I agree.
That depends on the things in here.
Who said that?
You did hear what I will repeat. Which wits? I agree.
Okay,
It's-
unidentified person or persons in the room. Could you please tell us where you are?
Ferrari says that, and I look at Doric and I go, remember, hey, there's something in here. Don't hurt them.
Ferrari, after you say that, we're everywhere.
oh.
Are
Okay.
you? Are you? How do you identify yourselves as?
Silence.
Can I?
Asexual.
Oh, what is it?
But I. Um,
Uh, can I do?
Are you made of flesh?
I will let the grim thing go off before I respond to whatever that just was. One moment.
I would like to do a use one of my eyes of the grave to detect to see if there's any undead around, maybe ghouls, ghosts, or something of that nature.
Does that basically anything you would classify as undead?
Yeah.
Okay. And what does it tell you exactly?
1 second here. You until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any and all undead within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover, that isn't protected from divination magic. This sense doesn't tell you anything about the creature's capabilities or identity.
Okay. I can help with that. So you say that, Doric. The only thing flesh here is you all. And Grim, when you activate this inner sense, you feel a multitude around you.
Ah. I begin to step forward. I am one of the bishop's proprietors. I can sense you're around.
Oh,
Would you
yes,
mind?
yes. Initiate, nice to see you, and
eh,
your granted favor here. Kind of.
Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
Oh, we are the voice of this place. By whatever we got. Did we get voted in here? I voted for you. Of course you did, dear. Yes, we three be the leaders of this cloister.
Hmm, it's a pleasure.
Likewise, it is good to see a new initiate from time to time. Did that young boy who bumped his head do okay when he left?
Do you mean Pearl?
Oh, there's so many these days. Sure, Pearl sounds
Hmm.
just as good as any other.
As all as far as I know, everyone in the church is okie dokie.
You all here are seeing and hearing this disembodied conversation at this point, you know? So,
I have like
you
my hands behind my back, standing upright, just speaking up towards the ceiling.
so I will say that you all are can I will remind anyone can cut in with a thought or thing at any point here. Just making sure I point it out. Um, the well, since you are so kind to introduce yourself, the we are the herald, the sword, and the shield.
Oh,
And
an
with those
honor.
introductions, would you kindly leave?
Um,
Not until we've done our cleaning. See, this place is filthy, and it needs a good scrubbing.
See, Harold, stop being such a stick in the mud. Like literally, we are covered in mud, Harold.
Yes.
Ah,
Harold,
yeah.
I'm going to make sure that you shine and sparkle again like you used to.
Good luck with that.
He gets like a serious grin and it's like, nothing a good spit shine won't fix. Now, where are you?
Why would you not want to be dusted and cleaned if you reside in here?
I don't want to be touched. It is already an affront to be in this vessel.
Uh,
Do we see
Oh,
these like a sword, a shield? Is there like a
You would
distinctive?
you like to try?
I would like to investigate to find it if that's a possibility.
You can.
Cool, I would do that while everything is going on. Guidance. Sure. Ah, that's a 19 and the D4, a 22.
Okay. In your investigation, the only things holding a sword and a shield are the two gladiators center room.
okay, but what would the herald be then?
Ooh, more in fact, what's covered in mud, as they just said.
Well, I based on your investigation, I will also tell you that this room looks like it hasn't been dusted and cleaned in a while. So most stone statuary here is has a layer on it.
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
said that you could feel when there are in I guess interlopers or just people that are bothering you with the cleaning. Do you feel everything, or is it particular areas that you would rather us avoid so that we could do so without disturbing your time here?
Well, the unfortunate thing is the bishop likes all of us to be completely clean for ceremony, and I just don't want any of it. And just a couple of those throughout here in our charge also feel similarly enough, so they should not be touched either. And if I am stuck this way, I'm going to at least make the most of it, which is to take care of those who need it.
But there is only other one option that I know that could fix this. And I start looking at one of the statues. I'm like, I don't have to touch you. And I just do a create water jet stream power wash simulator. Start washing the statue. No, it just. Psst.
So, Grim, roll me a D100, please.
D100. Here we go, son. 64.
Okay, 64. Because you basically have just done it only in front of you, and where you were kind of saying you were previously, you will hit what appears to be the wall across from you, which will have taken on a few statues of deer, a couple of busts, and part of the tall standing gladiator that's on the left hand side. Not. Oh. Couldn't you just leave it well enough alone?
No. I'm stubborn.
This is true.
With that, two things occur. The opposite sound of what now all of you are familiar with, of that hum that happened, starts to fill the room and starts to go backwards. And with that, taking the room completely into silence. Also, at the same time, you see the gladiator that had been sprayed with the water slams their staff onto, because they're holding a staff with their shield and their sword, they slam their staff on the ground. When that happens, the room goes completely dark. And I'm not talking if anybody can dark vision at the moment. You still can't see right now. And with that, you feel. Let's see. Actually, everybody give me a perception real quick.
What did you do?
Would this
My bad.
unfortunately be with disadvantage because we're in the dark?
No, actually, it's just perception right now. I want to see where you're at.
Dirty 20.
Interesting.
19.
Interesting.
10.
17 plus 4, 21.
19.
Okay. Everyone except Zari feels things brush past them or around them.
I'm sorry, what?
I jump onto Ash's back.
You do that, and since you know where Ash was right there, that does work. You do recognize that you've landed there. With the hum again starting to fill the room, the sound re-enters the space about the same time light does, and vision. And with that, you all take a look around the room. There is a lot of statues, but they are not in the same place. The gladiators are now at either side of the far walls. The other statuary has changed around a bit.
Okay.
I hate everything about that. I am so sorry.
Okay.
They
I
just
don't know.
moved.
So where you said they moved, so where are they now? Like based off of where they were to where they are now, is there anything in particular that is noticeable?
Passively, the best thing that you all can tell easily is that those two large stone gladiators are now in the corners of the room away from you all.
Okay. Um, what can I do an active perception?
Yes.
Because I feel like this is important. Please be a higher roll. 16.
You do note around is there has been movement, no matter the type of statue, as you're trying to think back of where some things were as you came in the room, a lot of things have moved around. Though you do note, as your perception is a little higher this way, not everything moved.
Okay. Um. So can you elaborate
Yes,
on that?
about 1/3 of the statuary has moved location in your general view from where you were looking.
Okay. So 1/3 move plus gladiators. Okay.
The only thing that's going through Grim's mind is like, I'm gonna get you. You gotta be quicker than that.
Hmm.
I just
Um.
I just ask that you all concede to leave, to concede and get out of here.
The problem is no matter what, the bishop's going to send for more people to come in here.
Oh no! This is a fun. Well, it's not fun actually. It's annoying and unhelpful. But he sent many of the initiates in at this point. I don't know where he would find anyone else. In fact,
We're only honorary initiates for the most part, so I'm just going to say this once. You're going to get cleaned, and you're going to be compliant one way or the other.
are you
Say it, Daddy
saying?
Cregan.
Are you saying you are blasphemers in this cloister? Are you not even parishioners of the church?
Um.
They have been annoyed.
The bishop gave us his blessing.
He did.
Hmm.
Well,
Are you going to go against the word of the bishop?
he's a nice guy. Just let it be, Harold. In my day, the bishop meant something. No wonder
Oh,
I'm in this sorry state.
oh, okay, Boomer.
Um.
I
That
pick up a
and
rag.
refusing to be
Harold,
cleaned
you're
usually
first.
ends up in this state as well.
So Harold is the herald and possibly the husband of one of the other people who we're talking to.
You can infer that if you wish.
Sure.
His
You
name
think
Harold Moonbeam.
You said intelligence.
if you're gonna infer that, go for insight.
I will infer hopefully something. Oh goodness, my rolls tonight. 8.
You think that this Harold must be madly in love with one of those other voices.
Um. So, tell me a little bit more about what it was like in your day then.
Well, the bishop kept order, but also respected the needs of others and tradition. Always tradition. And tradition means that you may not keep entering the cloisters without proper training and faith. Harold, we've just met them. Can you just give the benefit of the doubt to the bishop to know that he is choosing the right people? And look, they were cleaning without touching you, which is so much what bothers you. Doesn't just bother me.
Hearing this, Grim walks over to one of the tables, looks at the wall, takes out the church's prayer book, puts it down on the table, has two candles that he sets. One's black and one is blue. As he lights them, he begins to read out a rite as one of many for the churches. And as he does that, he begins to start to clean, hoping that this is the more respectful way, because we've technically never been shown how to properly do anything. So let's just hope by me doing this, something happens.
Grim, give me a perception check based on your description.
Come on. What's this? A 23.
Grim, you know, now that you pulled out the prayer book for this, you note that on and in the prayer book, there is statuary illustrated at different places and points. Reef, you get a poke from the back onto your ash that you have kind of just try to get a little closer to at the moment, who is kind of edging you towards the left side of the room.
Yeah.
I follow.
You come along the wall, and along the wall there is a level of different statuary, probably about 20 different pieces, wide range, and in the far corner is one of the gladiators on that wall.
I take the feather duster and I just quickly run and feather dust all of them as I run past.
All of them.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Very much changes the notation of what's going to happen.
I was poking the bear. You just said, I'm just gonna like smack it on the nose.
Just
Yeah,
send it.
Reef is very uncomfortable and just wants to get out of there.
Yes.
That's fair.
So,
Good call.
very, very interesting. So, here is what's going to happen with that. Now, the first thing I would like is an athletics, please.
17.
Perfect.
And that's
So
pretty good
that-
with a -1.
Yeah. So you definitely you make your way over to the wall, and again you're rushing stone just sitting there, and you are able to like quickly brush across this wall. You brush several statuaries, nothing happens. You get to the statue of an otter that starts to laugh as you brush it. And then as you make your way down, you are brushing a couple of others, and you brush I think there's a statue of a nutcracker size of a soldier. There's a statue of a person sitting, much like you saw on the front of the stationery that's on there. You see a bust of a head, and when you brush to that, right there.
I stop at the bust and continue.
That's just the spot.
What's that bust look like?
You see the bust, what appears to be of a woman, if you're thinking in Greek in nature, having like a tight knit bund hairdo, up at the top.
Okay. Does it have like a plaque or something on it?
Nope.
Okay.
It is eyes. One of the other things, it's eyes wide open. Like it looks like it's looking.
Okay.
Seeing this
Thanks.
interaction, are there other busts, or is there only just one bust in the whole room?
You have noted that there are different busts across the room.
So there it more than three, or
Yes.
damn.
You
I was
will
gonna say
note
is
You will note though this one isn't really moving, but you just kind of hear this gentle humming now coming as they're being brushed with the feather duster.
Take more than just a feather duster to clean them, isn't it?
it's a good start, and it's depending on if they're muddy or just dusty, that's actually quite good work.
Reef, you'll note the next one you would have gotten to past the bust does kind of look like it's muddy, and given forethought, that probably is one of the ones that got blasted by Grim.
When I finish dusting the one I'm currently working on, I move to the muddy one.
It actually moves slightly. It shakes a bit.
Oh.
Doing that.
Okay.
I grab it.
Can I hold on to it?
You can. You can reach for it.
I reach for it.
So you'll do that. As you are moving, first, can I get a just base dexterity roll?
A 19.
Okay. Actually. So you go to reach. As you reach, that hum comes back through and darkness real quickly into the room. But you grab that statue before that occurs. So you know it's in your hand. You have it. And you feel it wiggling in your hand. You really hadn't paid much attention to it, but it's the statue of a small halfling. And it's just wiggling in your hand now. As the darkness and the silence remains, it's eventually just kind of calms down and stops. All of you are experiencing this as well, and in about a moment, everything comes back up, and you'll all note that a third of the statuary that was over on the side by Reef is now all behind Doric on the other side of the room.
Why are you all over here?
I like company, guys. They're over there because they don't want to be clean. This, Harold, this is all your fault.
You thought you were safe near me? I bear hugged a lot of them.
All the statues?
I'm grabbing as many as I can.
Oh God. Okay. Where are we gonna go with this? Let's see. Let's have you go with a sleight of hand, please.
Huh.
Oh, that was
Guidance?
almost a natural one. Holy crap. Okay. 10.
You gave guidance? You get a guidance there.
Okay. I will use the guidance and the one mayhem dice I have floating here. Is that a D6 or a D8?
I think Mayhem's
Um,
D8.
I have one of
Isn't it
each.
Mayhem D8?
I don't know which one is which.
Oh, I wrote it down.
Chaos D6, Mayhem D8. Grim, am I wrong? Okay, so D8.
Yes, you're right.
Yep.
So a
Mayhem's
D4
D8.
and a D8. Nope, that's a D6. Oop. D4 and D8. That brings me to a 16.
Okay. You are able to take a bunch of them off the shelf behind you. But only with that level of shelf because you're kind of going in for this
Yes.
hug
Swoop.
motion. Yep. So you're able to take about 10 different statues in with you. As you are hugging it, you realize you're hugging the statue of an axe that's not sharpened. It's just a random aside. Um,
All right. I call out. I'm like, all right, hold them still. Hold them still.
Yep.
I'll try and make
Yep.
this quick for them and for us. I I fly over and just with a quick motion, I use Mage Hand so that I'm not being super handsy. It's a lot gentler, and I just start using the cloth to kind of just brush each piece off as gently as possible. I'm like, if we make this quick, you guys don't have to experience this for long, and then you guys can go back to existing without our interference.
Kind of keep gripping them. Like, I think we've gone past handsy.
well, you could have at least asked for a date first.
You want Wassel?
God damn.
The stone does not say anything to your Wissel comment. But as you are, Ferrari, as you're kind of wage handing, wiping these down, you do all gonna hear the sound of, okay, yes, all right, good, yes, can be clean, it's fine, but then not too long here.
Yep, just
you do
quick and
note,
gentle, quick and gentle.
You do note that must be coming from one of the ones that Doric is holding. Doric, you are holding the axe I told you. You're holding several statues of animals, including a small cow, and you are holding a bust as well.
Okay. Is a different bust from the one that was previously dusted by grief.
Yes.
Okay. Is this one of the muddy ones? Or the ones that look like it could have been muddy?
Nope. Just looked like it was dusty. And you'll note that this is just one that is, again, similar to what you had seen, except the hair is a little bit more like down as opposed to an up bun kind of thing, as it is carved down the back of the bust.
Okay. I mean, if we're just kind of going for it, I might as well.
You have cleaned about 25% of the room at this point, easily.
Goodness. If we're just gonna go for it and try to get this over quick, I might as well use my feline agility and my ability to climb, and with duster in hand and a hand free for clawing and for climbing, I'm gonna try to get the upper row, the ones that are just kind of like high up, and just go as fast as I can. And if I have to, I will use feline agility to make it go quicker.
Okay. Now, we will go back in time a little bit here. This morning, you remember this weird feeling of watching Grim chomp into this raw fish. And as you are just poising yourself to chomp, to go high to get up to some of those taller things, you feel a bit of a pang in your gut as you're about to move. So, roll me a d20.
Okay. I thought if I ate a light breakfast, that would negate that.
Not exactly. You did change the effect.
Oh, okay. It's a 13.
13. You leap to get to the high shelf. One of your hands that you had for climbing hits the mark. The one hand that did not mean it, was meant for like clawing and wiping, accidentally puts its hand like really hard, pressing a stone statue up against the wall.
Oh, sorry.
That is a new voice.
Oh, sorry about that. Lost my grasp. I'm gonna like pet it nicely, I guess.
You wipe it down. You see there, this is why this is a problem. You just need to stop. And with stop, you do feel a push on that one hand that is holding that shelf. Now, I would like you to give me a dex save on that, please.
15.
You feel the hand try to push you off, but at that point, your agility as a feline basically have planted your feet, so your hands are no longer touching that shelf, though you have kind of set yourself up to kind of stand still up there.
No need to push. You don't want to be touched. I don't want to be pushed over either. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible and as gentle. I just didn't quite get the ledge.
You start brushing back into the things around these ledges, the couple of alcoves and shelves there. Grim, you've had your book here for a little while, and you're humming along, trying to hum them into a level of safety and security, but you did note the statuary of the books. Do you want to do anything with it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's do see here. Okay. So yeah, I guess I just continue doing. I'll just create water, cantrip, cleaning all the busts.
Okay. Which wall do you want to aim towards? You can go ahead of yourself, left, right, or the back entry wall.
Back entry wall is where Doric is, right?
He is actually closer to the right, hugging them, and Ferrari is wiping them down.
Wherever I want to go, wherever Harold would be, because I'm doing the prayers, I'm trying to, like, if anyone that's going to try and sway him, I feel like it's gonna be me, for the fact that he said out loud, no one even has been anointed. I technically am from the church. I have been anointed. The only thing I don't know is how to do it. So I would do the prayers walking up to it with the water ready to go, and just go, this is the only way I know how. If you would like to teach me, I will do the proper way. Otherwise, I will use excessive water force to clean you.
Okay, are you trying to convince him, or are you trying to find him? Because you have not established that you know where he is.
I'm trying to convince him at this point.
Okay, please. Let's see. If we're gonna go with that, let's go with persuasion, please.
Guidance. Well, that's a dirty 20 off the bat. Plus a foe for 24. Yay.
So, no water is necessary. Why do you think the bishop gave you the proper tools?
He did, but there's also a wash bucket in a cloth. You gotta get it wet.
No, it's just to wipe us down, and the buckets to store these things.
Fine. Where are you? Show me.
I do not need to relay that information. I can't believe you don't even know about us to begin with.
I would blame the bishop. Back in your day, this wouldn't be a problem.
That's exactly. That's exactly
to
what
be
I've
fair,
been saying.
I say it both
fair.
ironically and knowing that it'll get his attention, that I kind of agree with him, but at the same time, it's like, you could just help us, like, trying to infer that in my tone.
When was the last time you were seen the outside of these walls?
Well, when the last time we were needed. But that's unimportant. This is
It
where
is.
we are meant to be.
Yes,
Oh,
but
he
the
doesn't
bishop
even
is.
understand where we are meant to be. Leave the
Yes.
poor boy alone. Harold.
Harold. Ooh, Jinx, you owe me a wine. Harold. Yes. A bishop's duty is not only to the church, but to its, and I hold my hands out, parishioners. Yes, yes. And have you heard the state of this city as of late? The bishop has been very busy, and yes, may be lacking in some areas. But darn it, I would have to say he's the best that I've ever seen around.
At that specific phrasing, the hum goes out. That reverse hum goes out again. But the darkness does not come this time. It does get silent, except this. And you do hear a rumble, and what seems a little bit more than tepid. Do not test me, boy. I know what the bishop's duty is. Better than you will ever know. There is no way he would be the best of anything. As the sound returns to the room, oh, would you get off that high horse?
Looking for a high horse. Who's on a horse? Who is on a horse?
You do see two statues of a person horseback.
Oh.
I go for one.
You do.
I go for one, you go for the other.
Yeah.
You clean them, and you get over to them and grab them, and you clean them. You've now made it to 35% of the room. I will not take such pert misunderstanding from an initiate like that. It is not the way.
I'm gonna try and grab a bunch more statues.
Okay.
Guidance.
Okay, you can assist him in grabbing more statues again. Doric, are you gonna grab them around you or a different part of the room?
I'm gonna just start going around the room and grabbing them by the arm loads.
Okay, give me a D100.
$74.
You're walking around just kind of plucking things out that look like they have dust on them now. That includes let's see. It includes a statue of a shield, the statue of several chalices, a statue of a man on top of a tower, and then a couple of different animals, a giraffe and a wolf.
Scrub them down, guys. I want to be out of here by lunch.
Got that mage hand magic with the towel.
Still up on in the rafter, dusting things.
Yep,
On the
I'm
ledge.
just dusting as I can.
Okay, so we're gonna do a thing here. Doric, I need a dex save.
Dex save. Which one is the save? Is it this one here? Ah, there, the saving throws. Oop. Huh. So, how does a 6 do?
Oh, buddy.
Doric, you are holding on to all of these, and you're trying to. And Ferrari, you've made your way over to kind of wipe these down. Reef, you have as well. In the moment, you all sense something's happening, but not really sure why. As you see in Doric's hands, several of the statues are displaced down to the ground as the statue he is holding of the wolf grows. and grows in size to match the size of Doric upright, pushing him down to the ground.
And this is why I cast Mage Armor.
Is that the sword? The not literal sword, but like the sword?
No, I'm already clean, dearie.
Ah,
Harold,
Ralph,
is that you?
no. But why do you think I try to say some people
it's
don't
shit.
want to be touched? And you get a bark from the stone.
so that's the shield then.
I don't
No.
know. Is it? You can feel free to make a roll of some type. We can tell you what we can get off of that.
Oh wait, we did also get another voice off of something else
Yeah,
that
when
wasn't a
Reef was
part of the
cleaning.
three,
Or
so this could just
oh,
be its own thing.
wasn't
could
Reef,
be.
it was Zari. It was something that
Yeah,
you
I
accidentally
touched
touched.
something and it wasn't happy
It
because
was like
it
an
was
extra voice that was not
oh,
one of the three here.
okay. So well, I'll still take the roll though. What would I roll?
Decide which way you want to go about this. You can go about this in a few different types of ways. Because again, you're trying to make some determination. Could be insight, could be investigation. Maybe you're thinking you're pulling this out of your knowledge of geology.
Okay. Maybe either investigation then, or
That'll go. Go with it.
okay. Ugh. 10.
You do note that the statue now is also it has a collar on it, as funny as a wolf would be. But the collar has the insignia of what appears to be a foot.
What?
What
Okay.
is it? What are you going
Dor-
okay and what for? What do you say?
Um. So apparently, so the wolf has a collar, you said, that has an emblem of a foot on it.
Doric,
Uh,
you will have noted since you have been pushed to the ground. He's just standing over you. He didn't push you in a way that seemed like was going to injure you, just to get you off of them.
Okay, I get up. Can you get back down to normal size so we can clean you already? Down. Heal.
Reef, Ash is looking at this so strange right now that like there's some level of since that they had started growing, they're just kind of like cocked their head a little bit at it and looks at you.
I go over to it, and can I use animal handling?
Yes, you can.
Okay. That'll be a 19.
I should have thought of that.
It kind of looks up to you and kind of like sits and also looks at Ash. That Ash just kind of accompanied you over and just kind of like, okay, and sits.
Cool. I very gently take the feather duster and dust it off.
As you do that, you note that as you're dusting, it seems to keep getting shorter as it kind of shrinks back down to whatever the size it was when Doric had grabbed it.
When it's clean, I step back and don't touch.
With that, you do see Ash kind of poke you again and kind of nuzzle its way to the wall that is from where you all entered.
I follow wherever Ash leads.
Really just kind of pointing you in the direction of that wall.
I go over there and take the feather duster, looking back at Ash for confirmation. And I dust.
Okay. You all see the dusting of Reef go across. To paint a picture for you, it goes suddenly black as you start trying hit the first one, which is a statue of a monkey. It goes dark rather quickly. Coming back, you see that your feather duster is still on the statue of the monkey. Now, though, that the statues around you are a little different, and there's less of them.
Wait, there's less of them?
Yes, there's not that many statues in front of Reef anymore.
They don't like me.
Where did they move to? Perception?
Go right ahead.
Dirty 20?
Okay. Reef, also give me perception, because I want to see if you both hit this at the same time.
17.
The two of you realize that there is a couple of statues that must have been based out of what moved that are larger, like the size of, a head and shoulders.
Okay. I'll start grabbing them one at a time then. I'll pick up the next biggest one I find.
Okay. Because of where you are, you would have picked up the one that you had cleaned previously. Again, yes, I'm all ready. I'm fine. Please just set me down.
Okay, I put them down. I try and grab the dirty next biggest one. I'll be more specific that I can find.
Okay. Give me an investigation. And I'll tell you where you see what.
Guidance.
Thank you. And barbarians don't investigate well. And with guidance, 12.
With guidance, you see again that there are 3 busts around the room that are dirty. With your, what'd you get, 12 or 14?
12.
All right, with your 12, you can see that they're distinct, as in they're not the same. They don't all look the same. The one that is closest to you, you can see, is one that is looks like they are a young man with wavy hair down its back, looking off into the distance. The other
I
two,
grab Pretty Boy.
You do that.
Someone clean, please, while I hold him still.
Well, I guess I could do it, well, unless somebody else wants. You got this, Zari?
I'm not sure exactly where I am in relation to where Doric is. I was up on the top row dusting up there.
Well, let's have a quick question. Doric, are you going to share what your insight or thoughts are in all this?
Nope, Doric wants things clean, so Doric can go eat.
Okay, so you don't share any of that. Cool. So sorry, you're across the room, kind of by the front. Like if there is like where the opposite of where you entered, you're out over that area. There is a doorway there, but mostly otherwise it's statuary. So you're a little further away. Ferrari's the closest. Grim's in the center of the room, chanting and looking around. I'll assume, Grim, you have blasted something else with water by now, and or other.
Yeah, I'm fully going ham, power wash simulator style.
Okay, you have hit about 55% of the room at this point. All right, so Doric, Ferrari, you're close. If you want to, you can mage hand clean it easily.
Yeah, I'd nice and gently do so. Oy.
If any of the stuff starts acting up, I would like to do. I'm probably not the best at it, but because I can, I'm like, listen here. If any of you start acting up, I'll just break you and mend you and break you and mend you. I could do this all day.
Do you say?
Oh dear.
I thought I'd be the one trying to do the intimidate check.
Right.
Do you actually say that, Grim?
Okay. I'm gonna Odds or
Do
evens?
it. Do it. Do it.
I-
Odds or
Is
evens?
is this a
I
this is
don't
what my
pick one of
character
them
would
pick.
do
Make
moment?
one of them pick.
This is
Odds or
completely
evens?
Dorak
Somebody give
approved.
me odds or evens.
I'll say it. I'll say it gladly.
Odds. Do it.
Okay, so
Odds.
Mhm.
Rolling
Go
a
odds.
d20.
I'm the only one that was like immediately
It's
nodding.
odds.
Yeah.
uh,
I'll revert it. I'll make him break you and I'll mend you.
oh
Who are you
god.
pointing to?
To you.
Oh, yeah.
I'll let him break you and I'll mend
Oh
you.
god, this is gonna go south so fast.
I will chime in and be like, and I'm not strong enough to stop him, so I'm sorry in advance, but I'll do my best to help
I
fix
kind of look
you.
down at the one I'm holding right in my hand. Hi, friend.
That I'm actively cleaning gently, so I'm like, this one's okay. Leave
This
this
one's
one
okay?
alone, please.
Okay.
I'm horrified at this point because I'm like all the way up on the top, so I'm just gonna find something that I like cling to. Like not a statue, but like the wall.
Everybody give me a perception check, Zari, with advantage.
I did not choose the path of violence. The path of violence
Guidance.
chose me.
10.
Sorry,
Oh, God.
it was a perception, right?
Yes.
21.
I'm with advantage.
Okay,
Even
I
better,
got
21.
that. Do I have any bonus dice? Let me see, because I didn't get a great roll, and I want to see if I have any bonus dice on me right now. Not that a perception check is absolutely necessary, but you know, yeah, we're going to
I
throw. Okay.
apologize as Tim, but you also have to remember Grim is tapped. He's the creepy, unhinged. I'll just say it. If no one will, I will.
I got a 15 total.
Okay.
7.
7. Reef?
I got a 10.
Okay. So, the only one who I think does not notice this is Doric. So, Doric, you're just holding this statue.
Mm-hmm.
Ferrari and Grimm, you'll note that the statue that Ferrari, you'll note the bust that Doric had sat down, that made noises when you were cleaning it initially. That bust is now back on the wall, but the head of that bust turns slowly, looking into you all in the center. Reef, the head on the other side that you initially were cleaning, the bust that head was looking at you and was talking a little bit, slowly moves its head to look at all of you. Zari, you're up in the air. And as you were up there trying to get some cleaning done, you note that there is a bust in front of you where the top half of the head is missing. The bottom half, though, slowly turns and looks directly at you. As it opens its mouth, all noise leaves the room. And with that, we are going to take a bit of a break.
Why'd you guys antagonize them?
Right? Like we're halfway there.
So we'll be back in just a bit and see how this all goes. We'll see you real soon. Be right back.
Listen, you tried to clean, they refused. I am guiltless.
This is why I cast Mage Armor.
To be fair, that was quite a lot of patience for dealing with grumpy statues.
Right,
So.
Doric did good.
But still, Jesus, I'm in the air.
Do you fly like a bird?
No, I'm a cat. I fall like a cat.
So you'll land on your feet. Good.
Right?
Maybe.
So you fall with style.
They fall on your feet 97% of the time. There's another 3% that's not accounted for.
That's the most accurate you've ever been. Don't throw shit at me!
Aha!
stationary target. I hope you hit me.
I have no regrets.
Exactly. Out of all the people taking the violence route, I did not think you were going to be the one to start it.
I
happy
just thought
and proud.
it's bad. It was a badass line of like, we're holding statues. Like, I'll break you, put you back together, and break you over again.
At that point, you sound like a war violence torturer.
I'm also, there's a little bit of me that since the beginning, since we've been in here, I am the brave domain. Like, they are defining death by being here, in a sense, and not passing over if they were someone prior to the church. So in my eyes, I'm like, it's like I don't want to say it. It's like, cowards, just die already. I unfortunately cannot because I have a horrible curse.
Statues are forced to break statues. We can fire, right? We're not going to bury them.
Yeah, what the fuck? Put rock back in earth. Rock comes from earth. Put it back in earth.
And in the dark, it would make sense.
Zari's in the air, and all I can think of, look at the brother in the air.
Well, I was going to go even further back in time. You ever watch the Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
Yes.
Look, there's pie in the sky, and it makes me wonder why. Look, as it flows through the air, as it's being driven by a bear.
Oh man, that's just Carl Pat now.
If you don't want it now, I'll rewrap it. It's cinnamon bun.
Oh, I had some pot stickers and some beef teriyaki sticks. Oh, they're so good. I love beef teriyaki sticks where, like, if you ever had them at the end where it's like nice and charcoaly. I don't like burnt meat, but extra crispy meat for some reason really feel good for me. It's almost like beef jerky at that point. Does anybody remember Jack Beef Wings? Dip style beef jerky. So it's literally just came in like a dip can, and it was just shaved beef jerky that you were supposed to put. I have been wanting that and craving, like I just want a whole bunch of meat on my bottom lip. Like I don't know if anyone's like
Phrasing.
don't see me here, but bro, I just want to stuff my whole mouth full of meat. Pause.
It's crazy.
Hard pause. Yes, so I actually found the recipe on how to do it, and all you need are super thin strips of beef that's been marinated for at least 8 hours, and then you put them onto the stick, and what you're going to do is cook them, and the last bit of them that you have to rotate them rotisserie style on open flame to get the char bed. And the sauce that you marinated them has a sweet, it has like natural sugars, so when you cook it, it caramelizes, it like candy coats it. That's when like you get that sticky bit that's like, it's like a glossy candy bit to the meat. Oh, God, I just ate, I'm full, and I want more. Random thought, it's just like, fat man. Yeah. I have been absolutely hooked on a new game, Arcade Paradise. It is so soothing and fun. The premise of it is your dad gives you a laundromat to run. Basically, you pick up a laundry basket, you put it in the into the washer, the dryer, and put it on the counter for them to pick up. But in the back room are a couple video games, like arcade games. And you start off small, and then build that back room into a full arcade. I cannot fucking stop playing this game. It is so, like, I love the repetition of a game that continuously goes and just gives you money. So I'm like, yes, I want to build an empire. I'm about to spend Potionomics? I have not. I actually, the only thing that I have is Potion Craft.
Customers while getting contact for increasing your shop size to helping you sell things and competition. Telling Grim about Potionomics. Yeah, it's
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's really cute. The storyline is not just a merchant sim, though.
I bought a game a while back and I started playing it, really liked it. I started playing it again. It's so good, satisfactory. Basically, you just have to build a factory on a planet, gather resources, build stuff. There's no health. There's a health bar because there's like these like dog creatures that you gotta fight in certain areas, but other than that, there's no like eating or anything that you gotta keep up with. It's kind of a quick game, but I just got given a rebar gun. Like fucking like one shots everything. Just stay like but it's like you just put a miner on some coal, and then you run a conveyor belt down into a processor, and from that processor you go to one other machine that creates a certain item. And then it goes into another machine that combines those items, all the way down to making nuclear waste. That's how this one dude, he has a game, I think it's the developer. His entire world is nuclear powered, and it generates like the equivalent of like 100,000 megatons worth of waste.
Huzzah! And we have returned. Well, hold on. We will return in a moment when I click something off. Hooray. There we go. Now we're fully returned. Welcome back to Evils of Enferacuse, where we left off just a moment ago. The group, Grim specifically, had decided to antagonize the stone statuary, saying that they could just break them and repair them over and over again if necessary. And with that, they have noted that 3 busts of statues have slowly moved in viewing their direction. So, with the mouth open of the statue with part of a head in front of Zari, Zari, you do feel the shelf you're holding on to start to shake.
Okay, I'm probably just gonna jump at this point because I don't want to fall. I would rather jump.
Okay, you can do that, and I'd say just a quick flourish of athletics, if you would.
Absolutely. Or acrobatics?
Sure, acrobatics will be all right.
Oh, good thing I have a high modifier. That's a 9. Not a great, still.
Grim, give me a perception check.
Okie dokie. No, it just kicked me out of the app. Grim perception. Guidance. Ugh. 12.
Okay, you note that out of the air near you, Zari is jumping and will potentially land and bump into you if you don't move a bit.
Ooh, definitely step off to the side.
Yep, and Zari, you land reasonably, stick the landing, just you don't run into Grim, which you might have done otherwise.
Okay. That's a bit dicey up there. There's a moving head up there.
You move your mouth and no sound happens.
Oh, right. I'm gonna point up there.
And with that, Grim, you see pointed up in that direction, there is a bust that's missing the top half of its head. It's pointed in your general direction with its mouth open. Reef and Doric. On the sides of both of you, you sense that there is just a bit of a shift from the 2 busts that have looked in your general direction. They move out into the floor, and Doric, on your side, you see a figure of a shield maiden clad totally in armor. Reef, on your side, you see a maiden in a gossamer gown holding a small shield on their arm that just materialize in some spectralness. Quickly, as they appeared to in front of you, they actually back up and they move into the large stone gladiator statues that are in either corner.
Are they running?
They are moving into them, as in, and you see as they have moved themselves in, they glow a little bit more as both of them come to attention with their staffs sideways down. They start moving in your direction, seemingly holding out the staffs in front of them.
In my direction.
Oh, both of your directions.
Oh, okay.
I hold out my feather duster and just vigorously wave.
You're waving at them.
Take out
I'm just going to keep doing that.
Do you want to do this?
You try to make noise with your face, and it does not work.
Oh, my face isn't working. Always meant to get that looked at. I don't know what's making us silent. Okay. I pull out my mace and get ready for anything that happens. Sorry, Maul.
Ferrari, you're also now noticing that the gladiator statues, which were just possessed by spectral maidens, are now moving towards you with basically now with their staffs out, basically meaning that as they are moving forward, you were all going to be motioned back towards the door which you came.
And we're totally silent right now.
Yes, you cannot hear a thing.
I don't think I can do much other than try and just keep my quarterstaff out or my daggers, because all my spells, except for friends, have verbal components, and I don't know if they're going to work if I try them. I mean, I still had my mage hand going, but that's not going to do me any damn good. I will try. I don't have the feat for this yet. I should probably get it just for uh future use. I'm going to try to just, if it doesn't work, it's not a spell slot lost, but I'm going to like point at the ground and try and like just charge an Eldritch Blast and just bamf it off the ground as a warning shot to let them know I'm not going to fucking play games, that they're going to get aggressive with us. But it is a verbal somatic spell, so I don't know if that's going to work considering we're silent.
You hold your hand to the ground. It looks oddly plain.
I glare up at the statues and give them the most unfriendly gesture known to most modern people. Not sure if they know the gesture or not, but it's the equivalent to the middle finger.
You give them a bird feather in a way that's inappropriate. Fair. The one statue to the right just kind of just shakes their head. Grim, and with you being the one in the center here, you now note that as they have spread their staffs across that way, they're going to be pushing you back. Grim, you are the first point of contact, being from where you are, just shortly followed by Zari. As they are moving closer to you, what would you choose to do here in your silence?
Well, there's a fun little thing. No, by wording of it, I have to cast it. I can't do that. Let's do. All right. So as an action, I'm going to see, is one close to Doric?
Yes, one would be on Doric's side.
I'd look at the one that's at Doric, and it's a feature that's doesn't have a casting of anything. It's my path of the grade as an action. I could choose one creature that I can see within 30 feet, and I curse it to the end of its next turn. The next time your ally hits that creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability.
Okay.
Double
Doric
damage.
remembers the spell.
And that's if Doric decides he's going to attack.
Okay.
Because as of right now, nothing has been aggressive. And my bonus action. Just go back to my actions sheet here. That'll do it.
Okay. As the two statues approach, they move to push you back. Because of distance now, the first contact will be yourself and Zari. So both of you, could, if you would like to resist this, you can either move with where they're pushing you back, or you can make a strength check versus them.
Yeah.
Try. Oh, that's a natural one.
That's 17.
Okay. Grim, you are basically being pushed on the edge by the one on the left. Zari, you're being pushed by the one on the right. Zari, that one pushes you back. You get just pushed back with their staff 10 feet. Grim, you hold your ground with yours, and it doesn't keep moving backward.
Nice.
Next around, you both, Ferrari and Reef and Dork, you also all notice this. Zari, you can, because we're just kind of, we're not going initiative unless someone makes a choice in some way, shape, or form here, then that will shift a bit. But kind of as we were going, Zari, you can pick yourself up and choose to do something.
I mean, they're not attacking. Yeah. I guess I'll try to push the statue that pushed me back.
All right. By the time you would get there, they would reach Doric too, so we'll come back to that. Ferrari and Reef, you see that basically in front of the two of you, that Grim has held that one in place.
Yeah, I'm just going to actually just fly up because I haven't seen flying statues, and they're going to have to reach me to get me to leave. So I just kind of go fly up, and I look down, and just kind of go, what you gonna do?
We'll get back to that. Reef, anything?
I take the feather duster and I start dusting the one that is in a lock with Grim.
You get it clean. You guys are up to 60%. Okay,
Huzzah!
Doric, you do see about the same time Zari makes their way up to you. Also, the statue basically makes it to you and to Zari at that point, and is attempting to push you back. So please make a strength check against them, unless you'd like to be pushed back.
Huh, that is also a natural one.
Sorry.
Bruh.
All right. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Okay.
Fail.
Doric, you seem like you were ill prepared for this walking stone statuary to get up and push at you. So you were pushed back 10 feet. But in them, like somehow in the way that they were arcing their staff, it only pushed you back. And Zara, you held your footing and were able to stay in place.
Okay.
Okay.
Ferrari, you see from the opposite wall the wind start to swirl. And as it does, the air starts to swirl, the dust that has been around the room starts to pick up, and it is clearly pointing now in your direction. Can you please give me a dexterity save?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You can clearly see it's coming from a bust at the other end of the wall.
Ay, ay, ay. All right, dexterity saving throw. Whoa, me. Okay, that plus that is that. Do I have anything left in my... Yeah, we're going to take one of the mayhem dice and add that bad boy in because all I have right now is a 13, and I don't think a 13 is going to suffice.
Uh,
17?
you feel this gust of dusty wind hit you square in the chest and push you back in the air about 5 feet.
Okay. So I would circle around because I'm not going out the door yet.
Okay, we will go back there. Grim, you're in place. Would you like to push against the statue or something else?
Um, hmm, that's a good question. Um, um, Grim sees what happened, or what's happening, and I can't because that's a cast too. Fuck, damn it. Um, hmm, I have something. Not sure if it's gonna work. Um, or if I can get away. It's the whole
I
thing. I just want to get away.
To give everybody a sense of where you're at. There are several ways out of this, and ways you can imagine as well. I am open to those things. So this is not for, without forethought in any way, shape, or form. If you choose other actions,
Um, um, yes, I will, because I got the read from it earlier, so I can only imagine that this is possibly the same. I'm gonna turn undead. That is a DC 14 Wisdom save. I just basically just pull out the half crescent symbol of the moon and I just shove it in their face. Take this. You will take my religion, and you will like it. Ah! Sounds very familiar, doesn't it?
is this everybody or is it target one of them?
I believe that's an AoE effect.
As an action, each undead creature that can see me within 30 feet of the symbol.
And what is the DC?
14.
All three of them now turn and look directly at you.
Just fuck. You can't hear it.
Okay.
I guess the only other thing that I could do is I have a spider climb because I'm a vampire or a dampier. So I guess I'm just gonna try to run up the wall. You can't get me up here.
So, well, you're center in the room, so you have to then make a movement in a certain direction. And I will say they will have the ability to take action if you move in one of those directions aside them or in front of them.
I got nothing else to get. So
All right.
with my action, I got no bonus action to do. So I run up a wall.
Please give me a dexterity save.
Cool.
Of course.
Big money, no whammy. Big money, no whammy. Big money. Fuck. 8.
Okay. So, this is the sequence that happens. You try to go towards a wall. The one that is in front of you that you had been kind of latched to moves its staff to keep pushing you out of the way. You basically dodge underneath that. But with that, because you've kind of moved around, the one that Zari was kind of locked in shifts its staff upward to kind of get you in the gut and lift you in the air. And when it does that, there's another gust of wind from that center statue that blasts you in the chest and rocks you back 10 feet.
Cool.
Let's see. Grim.
Grim at this point looks at the things whilst on the ground, like hoping that I can stare it dead in the eyes. And I just take out my white handkerchief. Since we can't say anything.
Okay. You do that. Reef, you do note that you're the next one who is like there next to the one who you had just cleaned. Are you still doing that amongst all the things happening?
Yep, I'm just still going between statues and cleaning.
Okay, so good to know. If you went between statues to the ones around you, we're gonna say you got to about 75. That's just great because we hadn't touched that side of the room that way. The one who is around you just kind of like tilts their staff back up and just kind of looks at you with that in mind. Going over to Doric. Doric, you have plucked yourself off the ground a bit. You do see that the one that was in front of you that had knocked you back had also knocked Grim into the air, and it seems like Grim is also indicating a sign of let's pause this. You make your choice from there.
The door is like right behind where they were pushing us.
Yes, they were pushing you to the door.
I walk out the door.
Oh, cool. You go right ahead.
Am I no longer silenced?
You get to the, you will still be silent through that if you just get to the hallway. You all see Doric just go. Zari, you're the closest. Would you like to do anything?
Look at him quizzically, but I'm not gonna follow him.
I'm just trying to find a way where I can talk.
Seeing that you're going, and you get to the door is locked, by the way. But you do see, because you walked away, that the one who was in front of you, that you were kind of locked in strength-wise, they kind of stop and also move their staff upright and just kind of shake bang their staff on the floor real quick and look back at the wall.
The hell is on the wall that they're looking at? Like, this is...
You will note there is a bust on the wall that is missing the top half of its head.
Oh, that same one.
Oh, that's gotta be Harold.
Okay. Do I see this?
Yes, you definitely.
We all see this.
You see this, and realistically, the only one who probably doesn't is Doric because he's trying to leave.
Okay.
And maybe Reef, because Reef is actually busy cleaning the room.
Fine. I'm gonna try to climb back up towards the bust that I had jumped down from, with the one with the missing part of the head.
Go ahead. The knight next to you, the gladiator next to you, lets you go by. And you go up there. Anything of choice you'd like to do?
I'm gonna say Harold, count to 5, and then I'm gonna take my feather duster and try to briefly go over the statue with the half head.
Okay, couple things. First, you try to say words that don't exist because you're
silent.
Oh,
that's right.
And then, because you've lost track of that, it looks really badass if anybody could hear it. And then The idea will be that you can roll a. Can you roll a? Let's definitely go with sleight of hand.
Sure. 14?
You see this the statue try to hop a little bit further away down the shelf. It does not make it far, and you hit it with a feather duster. Do you aim for the head, the shoulders, or the body? Because that's all it basically has.
I guess start with the head, work my way down. Like start with the flat top and then kind of go around whatever parts I can.
As you start with the head and you kind of brush the top and into the face, you get into the, like, right here in the face, and as soon as you do, everyone hears everything. Oh, thank God.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
So that's how he does that. Okay. Stop hopping. Count to 5 in your head, Harold. And I'm gonna I guess take her. I guess I'll take my hand, put it in front of where his mouth is, and then feather dust with my other hand, and do the rest of Harold.
You get Harold clean.
I say to the sword, I'm like, I only meant that for the wolf one that got bigger in my friend's hand. I meant no disrespect to you three.
You cannot make idle threats there, young man. It is not proper. It is not good initiate behavior.
I have a question for the whole of all of you. Is the reason that I'm assuming that is Harold in the full form of that bust, is that where he normally resides? And was the damage that looks like has been done to that bust done by a previous initiate?
Hold on. This is rather stuffy to begin with. Yeah, I don't like it, man. Yeah, it's time to go. And you do the everyone sees that from the gladiators, the silvery figures of the two, the shield maiden and of the gossamer gowned woman, step away out of those statues, and they stand back to the attentive pose that they were when they started, and they slowly float into a ball structure and then into the busts on either side of the room. Much better. And no, that's just his deal.
So it's not that the thing was damaged that he's upset. He's just upset because we're disrupting things.
Oh, guess I could let Harold talk. I don't know if
You know how to silence him, just like he knows how to silence us.
Okay, it's been 5 seconds. I let him. I take my hands off. Good job, you did it.
And that was what. Good job, team. That was meant to be a team effort. And also, by the way, you've wiped his head. That is what you've gotten clean at this point.
Is there still more of him that needs to be cleaned?
Yes, you got through his head while you were doing, like, holding him and he was trying to hop away.
Huh.
It is not okay to threaten these good creatures. Grim, you kind of hear that sound ring in your mind a bit. Well, if you're going to do this, get on with it, but be careful.
Great. Count for 5 more seconds, Harold. I'm gonna get your shoulders.
Starts licking his fingers.
Dust off his shoulders.
I start to like walk over there and hold my prayer book open, flip it open to like one of the best prayers and hymns that they're there, and I just start doing that while they're cleaning the bust.
Grim, you're flipping through your book and you come to the prayer of future sight, which is adorned with a shield, a sword, and a horn.
I flipped through this thing at the beginning. I didn't see that.
You did not
Damn it.
investigate. You did not look at it. And in the back, as you read through that pair,
I thought that
there's
I
a
would have
picture
had a
of you.
little bit more knowledge of
I
the Bible that I've kept with me for the last 5 years.
was willing to let you go down that road, but you really didn't go down that road. But you do find that, and you can say that out. Sorry, you said you were going for the shoulders, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no more hopping now, so the shoulders are cleaned off, and you're using the feather duster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've gotten the shoulders cleared off at this point. Reef, because you have also been attentive, you basically have been clearing up the majority of the rest of the room at this point.
I'm going to help resume, and as I go about from this point, as I approach like a statue, I stop before I do anything, and I'm like, "Is it okay to start cleaning you?" I address them directly if there's a presence in them, and be like, "I'll be gentle and as careful as it can be."
Nobody responds to the statue that's shaped like a beehive.
Okay.
Doric, you are realizing that you got pushed and punked to the ground by these 10-foot gladiators and or not, because they are now in other things. So it does occur to you how levels and power and things it must be.
Sorry, I don't understand.
It occurs to you they must be rather strong for them to have moved you in such a way.
Oh, yeah. I just left the room to go get some holy water.
You were knocking at the door then, or you were asking for the key. That you do remember that there's keys to get out in the room.
I'll ask where I can find some.
Grim, you have the keys to the room, and it's your choice what you'd like to do with them.
Oh, you see? I go and just.
And the door opens, and you can walk out back into the opening.
Of the hallway?
No, out past the hallway, because if you have the keys now and he opened the door for you, you can make your way back out to the entrance if you wished.
Okay.
Zari, you've gotten the shoulders clean.
Mm.
Are you looking to clean the rest? Then clean the chest and the back.
Yes.
Okay. Can you please give me a dexterity check, please? And this is, again, you start to feel that pang in your stomach from before, so this is going to be a disadvantage.
Oh. 16. So the first one was a dirty 20.
Okay. You slide a little bit along the shelf, but you maintain hold of the feather duster, and so you do kind of jab him a little bit in the stony chest a bit with it. Careful. No touching, remember.
Sorry. Just dusting. Dust.
All right, and with that, you're able to get him all cleaned up, and it looks like they have calmed down a bit.
There.
Fine.
Good. That only took 15 seconds. That could have been done the whole time.
This is my afterlife now, is all. As you see it slide a little bit back into position in the center of that shelf. Doric, you see on the other side in the opening that the bishop is out there, just kind of waiting for you all to come out. Are you good? Have you all finished?
How
Right.
far? Yeah, how
Yeah.
far along are we now? You said we were like 70 or so percent before.
Because Reef has been cleaning and you're able to get to the Herald, who is actually the more difficult, spurring the others to be unhelpful. You in that time frame are able to finish getting things all tidied.
I
Hmm.
guess I don't need to do anything then. I just say we're done.
You are all the way done.
You want to come see for yourself, sir?
Upon hearing that, he does poke his head around the door. Have you been good in there? Yes, yes, we have been all right. You're allowed to come in, Bishop. No, I will. I'll come in at the right time when it's all right. And the bishop steps away.
Bishop, do you know who Harold is? He had said some very obscene things about you and your, let's say, lack there of duties to the church.
Oh, yes, I know Harold rather well now as the bishop. Harold's opinions are not, let's say, he does not feel like keeping them to himself.
I get the feeling that he had the role quite possibly once.
You are very astute, Initiate. Yes, yes. As they are all those who are the kind souls that have been brought here as part of their guardianship or in watching over and advice. They are here as opposed to the poor parts of the beyond. I don't know. They haven't been very clear about that issue yet.
There. Nevertheless, it's all done. So,
Very good. I definitely thank you all. And he kind of gestures all of you in thanks, but also kind of in a slight motion, encouraging you to walk out the door.
Okay. Bye.
I look back into the room. I'm like, it's been fun. Would love to talk to you guys sometime, but I'm sure that you'd rather be left alone. So
You're really great with a duster. You should come back. Reef, you definitely feel that is geared, like that statement is geared from the one to you. So that just is a random aside.
I wave the
I
feather duster and leave.
I laugh at this and look to Reef. I'm like, you made a friend.
Yes, come back whenever you're in need. We will be here as our charge. And you all exit the room, and the bishop closes it behind you and sets the door to lock. Very good. Now, Grim, you know that other initiates, until they reach rank, are not meant to go into the cloister, correct?
yes.
Good. Just do not. It is important not to share the secrets of the cloister in there, or. And he kind of waves his hand around all of you. We ask that all of you who have been blessed here of the quiet blessing to just keep that information to yourselves as they guard our sacred space.
Okay.
What? Just a quick question. Why are 3 of former leaders of your church in tied to their busts?
Oh no!
They seem No?
There's not 3 of them in there. There is many. I think is actually that I don't think
They
I've
were
ever
The
counted
all.
them.
they were the most prominent of the bunch
Yeah.
because there was the wolf thing, and you had a reaction with something up top, didn't you?
I did. I just don't know what it was. It was something smaller though. Um,
No, they're all. Oh, what is a good word? They have all been chosen, but that's really they've been chosen much because of their service previously to the church. Others that come and go are not, are just here and there, as it were. But those ones there are the ones that are trusted with the knowledge of the church, its protection, and the protection of those cloisters further on.
they seem a bit uh restless.
I worry about that sometimes, as they are spirits who are meant to move on, but in the histories they've just been here, and they grow ever in number with the unfortunate of life at times when some leave this solid coil, their spirit moves into that
It
space.
it just goes to show that maybe the rumors of this city are true. It really is cursed.
The bishop looks a little aghast at your notion, but not surprised.
Um, Maybe you should arrange some sort of extracurricular or something for them.
Well, they are so many different tastes and wants and needs. It's hard. I know Pebble has been making some inroads with some of them, at least until he had bonked his head. I think he had been pushed against the wall by them. So, but again, just it's a work in progress. Is now that they're clean, it should be much easier to get on with ceremonies as things as well. And that again, why I could not enter is that as soon as I enter as the the bishop, not just the bishop that Herald, the Herald, does not approve of.
Would they want to impart their knowledge on the new congregation, the new initiates? Is that why maybe they're restless?
But of course, their role is to share knowledge, information, and safety. They're not. I don't think they're very good at it a lot of the time, but they do have their loyalty and their skills. So it's a little bit more unrefined though than I would say is helpful. But I do owe you all a great deal of gratitude. And Grim, for you to bring these fine new parishioners here. And I hope you will continue to join us for services from time to time. I definitely think you all have something going for you. Grim, will you take these with you just to bring back, just to say our thanks for this? And he
Sure.
hands you a handful of 10 crystals. You will note that these crystals have curative powers when it comes to disease and things of that nature.
Yo.
Sorry, he kind
Wow.
of broke up on my end. Could you say that again?
Yes, you have been handed 10 crystals, and you know that these crystals have a curative power related to disease and things that are not related to health per se, but more status ailments, of course.
We just got like a bunch of remedy crystals.
Huh? Ooh, quite lovely. I have been meaning to restock my pack. I'll put these right away. I
Very
just start putting it in with the rest of my med kit.
Make sure to add it to your inventory and go right ahead. Um, all of you are all welcome back. And if you'd like to explore the teachings more, we can make arrangements for that. And as he starts to think about it, you realize he's about to go into a very much a pitch of why you all should come back as often as possible. Do you wish to stay?
I start walking away,
Yes.
Same.
As
just slowly
curious,
backing away.
curious as I am to get knowledge from the spirits in the locked room, his pitch not so desirable. I'm just like, I'm going to take a rain check on that. I do appreciate all this, and I'm glad that we were able to help. Grim has said many good things about you and the church, so
Oh yes.
he was proven right today.
Oh yes. Thank you. Thank you. But again, we will invite you back, and it'll be good. Hopefully, just as good a time next time. And with that, the bishop heads towards his office. And those of you started walking away, the rest of you follow on your way out. And as you have completed service to the Church of Silent Stone, you have gained some affinity with its members as well as with the church itself that, as you wish, may come in handy at some point later on. You make your way back to the Rock Bottom Inn, and as you arrive, you can tell that as it has passed lunchtime a little bit, you have been out for a little while now, and you can see that Albert and Hamlet are there kind of just waiting for you to come through, but Eloise is kind of waiting with them at this point, kind of looking like Eloise is trying to show them like a little doll like moving around and trying to get them to pay attention to it. Now, if we train you all to, play with this, maybe you can perform on the stage. And she is talking to them, hoping that they are understanding, but you all can tell maybe that is not the case. As you make your way into the Rock Bottom Inn, you'll note that it has livened up this afternoon. People have started to stream in, seeming like they're making their way to their mid-afternoon snacks, revelry, and you do see a fresh bushel of apples sitting on top of the bar, as well as some boxes and cases and things, so delivery must have taken place. Tobias is rushing around a little bit, moving items into place based out of boxes. Oh, you're all back. Good. Any fruitful things today?
I do like the finger guns at Grim and go, it was your day.
Oh yes, we went and helped the church out and got to some significant healing. Oh, I'm all frozen right now. I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Oh,
You're fine.
We can hear you.
Yes, there we go. Yeah. You're all still kind of frozen, but that's fine. Yes, we got some healing things for us for going forward. It's always good to have the church in your quarter pocket, spreading the good word. When someone needs something, come on here.
Very good. We got some good interactions with folks. Should mean a lot to us, especially now that we're a responsible, above board guild. Yep, that is what we are now. Okay, good. At least getting something off that wall is going to help. And with that, you'll note that as you take a look at the tavern wall, that the tavern wall has changed a bit. And I will drop into what the new look of that wall happens to be, based on the fact that you've taken down the one job that was up there for the Church of Silent Stone. Which, again, I've told you all this is an interactive wall, So this will change as we go here. So the new image that you have uncovered another piece from behind that, just another, looks like something like a missing poster of some site out there. And with that, you note that there are other jobs, but you all decide to grab some lunch, which it looks like the orc is stirring a large pot of what appears to be potatoes in a soup, and is eagerly handing out bowls if anyone wishes to take one.
Yes.
Oh yeah, lunchtime. Late
Yeah,
lunch.
sounds good.
You could even call it early dinner.
You each snack into your bowls of potato soup. Please give him a silver for feeding you some lunch today. And with that, you are just resting at the table. Along that time frame that you eat and let time pass, you do see that there is one person at the bottom of that the bottom of the wall of posters and postings, trying to jump up and rip down a poster.
Who's that?
Oh, don't mind him. He just doesn't like the advertising nature of things.
What poster is he? What poster is he trying to get?
You can see he's trying to get one of the big posters right in the front.
What, the one for the exotic meats?
No, he seems like he's right under the Gary's Knives poster.
Okay. I guess we can take.
I'll go take it off the wall. Is this what you want?
You take you take Gary's Knives off the wall and you hand it down to him. Yes it is. As he takes it, puts it on the floor, and stomps on it with his rather small feet.
Did they put a posting over yours, or was it just because it's a business advertisement?
Fuck Gary. And with that, he doesn't really answer your question and just kind of stomps on it, grabs it, rips it, and then walks towards the bar.
Do you and Gary have history?
You can try to compel him to answer. If you would like to roll for that, you can compel him to try to answer you.
I'm asking a question. I'm not trying to be like a dick about it, but I mean, that was a big show of anger for listing for a business.
Was that an 8?
I didn't roll.
Oh, I thought I saw you roll. So if you
No.
want to roll persuasion on that.
Okay, I could do that.
Get him just to see if you can compel him to answer you.
What is my persuasion? Oh, yeah, that's not a bad persuasion stat. Just hope the dice don't disagree with me on that. Did I literally just rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
24 for a total.
So
Nice.
as he sits at the bar, he spins the spinning chair that he sits in around to face you. And yeah, Gary is the worst. He is just the worst. Business and everything. Huh. And he spins himself back in the bar, and Tobias basically is holding his head, his hands just shaking his head. Oh, the kind we get in here. Okay, it's fine. Tootsie, yours can stay. It better. Yep. He leans, Tobias leans in kind of low to the table and says, Gary will be posting again later anyway, so just let it be. It'll be what it'll be.
I wonder what Gary did.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too, but at the same time,
And
their beef isn't our beef yet.
Yes. And with that, you see the gnome have a pint-sized glass of ale as getting himself his own little bit of potato soup and heading off to lunch. And with that, we will close out our day with just a little bit of a scene beyond that, where you'll, for those of you who nobody's looking out the window, everybody's just enjoying their lunch, as Eloise is sitting out with those animals, the Albert and with Hamlet, just kind of marching along and moving their doll along. In the background, over in the alleyways, are eyes. Just eyes, watching, waiting, and wondering what to do from here. They slink back into the alleyway, out of the vision of everyone else, and out of sight. With that, we will close off our evening and our session. I want to thank everybody for joining in with us for Evils of Enferacuse this evening, and let's do a bit of a round robin of everyone. We will start with everybody chooses who goes next. We're going to start with Reef and go from there.
Hello, I am Reef, and I'm on the Discord as Spastic Squirrel. And this is a fantastic onesie if you want to, like, you know, up your roll percentage. I suggest using onesies. Anyways, let's move
Onesies,
on.
they
Whichever
onesies, they
direction it
modify
is.
your dice roll.
Yeah, it helps
Whoever's
a
next to
lot.
me.
I was thinking
Oh.
it looks really comfy.
I
It's
guess
super
that
comfy.
unless the screen is different for everybody else, I guess that was me that's next to you.
It is.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ferrari. You can find me on the Discord as Cregan. You normally I'll sit around in the Discord posting silly memes and other stupid junk there. But yeah, just in there chatting, having fun. I don't do any of like the TikToks or socials. I share the TikToks that we get most of the time for this channel, but that's about all I usually do. But yeah, that's me, Ferrari, aka Cregan, and that I would just say let's just keep going in order. So, Grim. Oh, hey, look, I did the thing. I pointed in the right direction.
Hello. I play Grim, the group's cleric. I am the Grey Jedi in the Discord. If you need a map made, hit me up. Some sad news. We're taking a little bit of a break for Planescape, so come and tune in for Tuesdays for the leagues underneath. More will be updated. I might be doing some one-shots, and we may continue Planescape just in a different direction, as we've had a player have to step down currently. So more info to come later on, and moving it right along.
All right. My name is Wolfie. I played Zari Mountain Creek, the Tabaxi swashbuckler rogue. Hope you all had a good time watching tonight. You can catch me and Doric usually on Sundays for Sweet Teas, family Baldur's Gate run, typically full of chaos and shenanigans. That's about it for now. Heading on over to Doric.
Hi, Dorak Ron, the human barbarian. Don't really have much of an online handle, but just like Zari just previously said, we will be on tomorrow's Sweet Tea stream with Baldur's Gate for Family and Chaos. Please check the Discord for any more announcements on any future campaigns that anybody would want to watch. I know there's promos that they do, but yeah, if you had a good time, keep following along.
Thank you very much. And I am Concleod, your evil DM. You'll find me in the Discord. You'll find me on TikTok, as long as we still have TikTok. And you'll find me on Instagram and on YouTube there as well. You doing things about donuts and D&D and all the other fun times. We are here a lot of Fridays, but not only that, the Nemesis Queen is here other Fridays as well, and you can join in with their fun antics and see the really cool things that they're doing. We do a lot of other things online, so feel free to join the Discord if you don't already belong there, as well as you can support us by doing things here on Twitch. Also, you can support us by doing things with our other thing on the Discord, which is escaping me via name right now. But you can support the channel that way, where all the money goes back into things like our access to Zoom and the things we do. So it all comes back into what we're doing here. Thank you all for listening tonight. Thank you to the players for having a lot of fun. And we'll be back in a couple weeks to see how evil Enferacuse can be. Otherwise, have a great night, and we'll see you soon.